54 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Steve Willis, he stops the contest, and the winner by way of technical knockout, John Riel Casimero. Hailing from Ormoc City, Leyte in the Philippines. Here is the 3-weight division world champion and the reigning WBO bantamweight champion of the world, John Riel Casimero.
She stands with a record of 15 victories, including 3 losses, 2 draws, and 9 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Representing Osaka Shinibon, Yosuke Kamela!
Easy work lang at sa loob lamang ng 30 segundo ay papataubin na daw nitong si Casimero ang Hapon na kanya pong makakalaban na si Kyonosuke Kameda. Naniniwala po si Casimero na magiging magandang laban ang kanya ngayong laban sa Japan dahil sa pinagandaan daw ni Casimero ang kanyang laban na ito para ipakita sa mga Hapon na siya ay nararapat para harapin ang 2-division undisputed world champion na si Naoya Inoue. Ngayon mga idol ay pagkalipas ng 1 taon ay sa wakas at muli na namang nating makikita na lumaban sa ibabaw ng lona ang ating kababayan na tinaguri ang angas ng Pinas na si John Riel Cuadro Alas Casimero, na kung saan nga po ang kanyang makakalaban ngayon ay ang napakahangas na Hapon na si Kyonosuke Kameda. Naging maingat ang kampo ni Casimero sa pagsiwalat ng kanya ngayong laban na kung saan ibinulaga ang milyong-milyong mga boxing fans sa kanya ngayong paparating na laban. At sa face-off na nga lamang nakita at nabalitaan na meron na pala talagang kalaban itong si Casimero. Sa kasalukuyan ay nasa bansang Japan na ngayon itong si Casimero para sa gayon nga ay doon niya ipagpatuloy ang kanyang pagsasanay. Ayon nga po dito kay Casimero mga idol ay kahit kuno 1 taon siyang hindi napalaban ay hindi naman daw di umano ito magiging problema dahil sa kahit wala siyang laban ay hindi nahinto ang kanyang pagsasanay na kung saan ay gigil na gigil di umano siya na muling makabalik sa ibabaw ng lona. Ngayon ay dagdag pa ni Casimero ay natuto na di umano siya sa kanyang mga pagkakamali at ang pagkakataon ay binigay sa kanya ng kanya ngayong promoter na si Koki Kameda ay ang kanyang gagawing pundasyon para sa gayon nga ay makabalik sa upuan ng mga kampyon at maging isang ganap ngayon na 4-division world champion. Tama po kayo ng pagkakarinig mga idol. Formal na nga pong umakyat si Casimero dito sa 130 pounds featherweight division at ang laban dito kay Kameda ay ang kanyang magiging unang hakbang para sa gayon nga ay manggulo na sa 130 pounds featherweight division. Ngayon ay ang hapon po na makakalaban ngayon ni Casimero ay mayroong kasalukuyang kartada na 15 panalo may 5 talo, 2 tabla at mayroong 9 na nanakaut dito sa kanyang 15 na ipanalo mga laban. Samantala ang ating kababayan na si Casimero naman ay mayroon na pong kasalukuyang kartada na 34 na panalo, 3 talo, 1 tabla at may 23 na knockout dito sa kanyang 34 na naipanalo mga laban. Magandang laban na ito dahil sa ito ang makapagsasabi kung may anghang pa nga ba sa ibabaw ng lona ang ating maangas na kababayan na si John Riel Casimero. Ngayon mga idol ay sinabi ni Kyonosuke Kameda na wag daw tatakbo si Casimero sa kanilang magiging laban. Naniniwala po si Kameda na hindi makikipagpalitan ng suntok itong si Casimero at ang kanya kunong lakas at stamina ay sasapat na para talunin si Casimero sa kanilang magiging laban sa Japan. Kung ating sisilipin ang kakayahan po ni Kameda sa pakikipaglaban mga idol, ay isa itong agresibong boksingero na bumabato ng sobrang madidiing suntok sa tuwing pumapasok sa kanyang depensa ang kanyang kalaban. Sa madaling salita mga idol, ay mahilig din po makipagpalitan ng suntok itong si Kyonosuke Kameda at hindi marunong umatras sa pagpapaulan ng mga kombinasyon. Ito ang istilong gustong-gusto ni Casimero dahil sa madali lamang po kasi niyang maipapatama ang kanyang mga madidiing suntok. Kaya naman yan talagang inaasahan na sa knockout magtatapos ang laban na ito dahil sa pares kasing mainit ang dalawang ito na handa nang sumabog kung silang dalawa ay nasa ibabaw na ng lona. Kaya naman yan sa tingin nyo mga idol, ubra kaya ang lakas nitong si Kameda para yanigin itong si Casimero sa kanilang magiging laban sa bansang Japan? O magagawa kaya ni Casimero magpakitang gilas sa kanyang pagbabalik sa boxing? I-comment nyo na po niya magiging komento mga idol para sa gayon ay atin niyang mapag-usapan dito sa ating comment section. Ngayon mga idol ay bago po natin masaksihan itong pagbabalik ng ating kababayan ay ihahain ko muna po sa inyo ang kanyang mga nagdaan na laban at uunahin na po natin ang laban na nagpakilala kay Casimero. At ito na nga ay nung makalaban po nito ang dating WBO Bantamweight World Champion na si Solani Tete.
Bantamweight Champion of the World, Solani Lastborn Tete!
Okay, for cold break, boys, you take one step back. Don't throw any punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Well, we know that Tete is a terrific technical boxer and also that he's got power, but he's not been in the ring competitively since October last year. In that time, Casimero has had 3 knockout victories. His last 4 wins have all come by stoppage. He is a banger, and he is most definitely here thinking and believing that he can defeat this brilliant South African.
Well, the obvious tactic is to get inside that beautiful long jab there of Tete, which is achievable, but the problem is then you have that uppercut to worry about. When we've seen that, how effective that can be in the past. He takes a little half a step back, Tete, and then whips that uppercut right through the middle.
Tete had 1 win, which came in 11 seconds, the quickest ever in a world title fight. Well, it's not... I suspect that might never be broken. Casimero, who'll be known to British fans as the man who stopped Charlie Edwards in September 3 years ago in an IBF flyweight title defence. He won this interim title in February against Ricardo Espinosa and then defended it in August against Cesar Ramirez. Both those came by way of stoppage.
Oh, he's a quality operator, and if you allow him forward momentum and he gets it on his side, then he's a really hard man to deter. He really is. So for Tete, it's just keeping him in his place all the time, pivoting on that front foot, whipping that jab out, not shortening the gap.
Tete, tremendous athlete, stands 5'9" and only weighed 8 stone 4 at the weigh-in. Comfortably made the 8'6" limit.
That's the crazy part of it.
On occasion, he kind of just does enough. We commentated on a fight over in Yekaterinburg last year. It was that fight last October. Yeah. And that was that sort of fight, wasn't it? He won by about a 4 or 5 point margin, but he never really took any risks at all.
No, and you know, he can coast the fight, can't he? So he can stick in second gear, just pick you off and be happy with that.
Well, fairly quiet opening round. Bell just coming up as Casimero tries to launch that right hand and just whips it through thin air. Well, as we go into the second round, how did you score that one, Barry?
I give it to Tete. I think just some of those flicking jabs were enough to give him the edge for me. Casimero didn't really do enough, if anything, to be fair.
Quiet sort of opener, wasn't it? Test will come when Casimero lands one of those big punches,
or when he fully commits to an attack. He's jumped into a few attacks, but I don't think he's been fully committed. And when he does that, if he can be effective, or if Tete can read it, and as we said earlier, whip that uppercut on the target.
Casimero promoted by the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Sean Gibbons representing the little master over here. I think he's the chief executive officer or something of Pacquiao Promotions.
Or something.
Yeah, well, it's a significant job, you know. He introduced himself to me as that, and also as the president, so I'm not sure which it was.
Again, Casemiro got too much experience just to rush in because he knows he'll walk onto shots, but also with him not doing that means he's not being remotely effective. And even though Tete's not doing enough, he should be doing a lot more with that right jab, to be fair.
Tete just looks huge in comparison to Casemiro.
That's an advantage he always has over pretty much every fight that he's faced.
Talked about moving up in weights, that might happen at some point, and I guess another option, talked about Inoue, but Rigondeaux, the Cuban, is fighting Liborio Solis for the regular WBA title. That's coming up in about 3 weeks, and Tete's talked about fighting Rigondeaux, or as he's correctly pronounced with the Spanish accent, Rigondeaux.
And look, two absolute geniuses, but it could also be a stinker of a fight, because they might just both be looking at each other.
Could be a chess match,
couldn't it? Each other to make the first move, yeah.
Which this is a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, it is, you know, and again, Casemiro's trying to attack, but short little right hand there. I thought it was half a head as well.
As ever, Tete's entourage came to the ring singing and dancing as the second when he fought over in Yekaterinburg in Russia last October.
Well, obviously, that's better there for Casemiro.
Doubling up on the jab.
Well, I guess he thinks, you know, it's your move to close the gap, not mine. I'm the taller fighter with the longer reach. I want to keep it long. You gotta try and bring it to me.
Bags of experience though, Casemiro. Got a record of 5 wins and 2 defeats in world title fights. Tete 5-1. He's won his last 12 since September 2012. Oh, Casemiro got him. He's got him with a butt now. He's given it. He's got him with a body shot, was it?
No, it was on the chin. It was a short right hook to the chin.
And he's in trouble.
He's all over the place.
He's in real trouble. Tete's in a lot of trouble. And the referee wants to look at him. He's allowing it to continue. But referee asking, is he okay? Casemiro wants to finish it right here, right now, and finish it he has. The title changes hands in sensational fashion. Zolani Tete stopped by John Riel Casemiro of the Philippines, and the big South African favourite suffers a defeat which was simply not expected, no way.
Well, we're sat here just praising Tete up, and all of a sudden Casemiro comes in with a short hook, sort of turns the body, hits Tete sort of flush on the chin, squared up, and that was it. He crumbled.
It caught him on the blind side from where we're sitting, and you did well to pick that up because it was such a quick, short shot.
It was. He jumped into the attack there, and we're saying how good Tete is, and he waits for you to make the mistake, waits for you to engage, but we weren't giving Casemiro enough.
Isunod naman natin mga idol ang huling naging laban ni Casemiro, at ito na nga po ay nung kanyang makaharap ang matibay kuno na si Saul Sanchez, na kung saan sa round 1 pa lamang ay tinibag na ng ating maangas na kababayan ang Meksikano niyang nakalaban.
最新ランキングは IBF 世界スーパーバンタム級13位、 WBC 世界スーパーバンタム級第7位、 WBO 世界スーパーバンタム級第6位、 世界3階級制覇王者、元 IBF 世界ライトフライ級チャンピオン、元 IBF 世界フライ級チャンピオン、そして元 WBO 世界バンタム級チャンピオン、フォームラー3 weights チャンピオン of the world、 John Riel Casemiro。
ここで下手な姿は見せられません。さあモンスターへの挑戦状、叩きつけられるかジョン・リエル・カシメロ。
青コーナー 121パウンド4分の 3USA。 ここまで21の 12KO 3敗。最新ランキングは WBC 世界バンタム級12位、 WBO 世界バンタム級第8位、サウル・ザ・ビースト・サンチェ
そしてもう一度世界に挑戦するために3回
ジャッジ中村克
サウル・サンチェス、
彦、同じくベニー・マーティン、同じく飯田哲
改
也、
めて本日のメインイベント
レフェリ
です。
ー福地裕
スーパーバンタム級の契約から変更されまして128パウンドおよそ 58.0 キロ10回戦に変更されています。さて解説、まずは亀貝さん注目しているところ、ぜひ今一度教えてください。
そうですね、カシメロのコンディション、そこはやはり1ラウンド目でよく見たいですね。
はい。さあ岩瀬さんはどうでしょうか。
はい、前回の競技選手の試合が
ラウンド1
まあそうですね、あれだけの戦いを見せられると、さあメインイベントはもちろんそれに匹敵するものを見せなくてはいけない両者、ジョン・リエル・カシメロ VS サウル・チャンス・サンチェス。10回戦が始まりました。まずは第1ラウンド、まあカシメロのコンディションも心配されるんですけれども、おお、いきなりいった、手をついた、あーとしかし右を入れた、手をついたか、どうだ、ダウンか、ダウンです。
チェスにワンター来たんですけどね、後に。さすがカシメロ、好記録ありますね。
いきなりだ、まだ30秒経っていません。まずはダウンを奪ったのはジョン・リエル・カシメロ。まあなんとかちょっと手を思わずついてしまったというようなことになりましたサンチェス。ただカシメロはかなりかかっています。サンチェスの方はランキング、世界ランキング入りはしているんですけれども、こちらはバンタム級でのランキング入りということで、まあ階級で言いますと岩瀬さん重いんですよね。まあこの辺りはまたこちらのコンディションもどうかというのが気になります。いやしかしカシメロの方はキレありますね。
序盤強いですね。
いきなりダウンが奪われました。まあただそこからサンチェスの方もいいパンチを返しました。ちょっとこれは目が離せません。じゃあここで左のフック、
これサンチェスこれ得意なんですよ。もうためを作らずに左フックうまく打ち込めるんですよね。
今度はボディに打ち込んでいくカシメロ、少しフェイントを入れましたサンチェス。そこに対して左左サンチェスも返した。
いい選手ですし、実際いいシーンもあったんです。タイミングもあってカシメロが勝ち抜くシーンもありましたが、勢いに飲まれてダメージで取ってしまいましたね。サンチェスは端で 走るような試合ではないですよ。そうですよね。はい、体重をオーバーした相手に有効な打ち崩した試合です。